see. Alright. G'day guys. We are at the entrance of Saltwater Wetland Reserve. We'll probably take a couple of minutes for them to open up the gates. Oh, here we go. He's right here to open up the gate now. And we're going to go into the park. They've been seeing a couple of crocodiles recently over the Christmas break, actually hanging out right on the walkway. So we might be really lucky and find a couple of juveniles just chilling out. But today we're going to head over in and let's get into the park first. This is going to be a lot of fun. Looks like security's opening up the gates. And then we'll get into it properly. We'll go park the car. It is incredibly dark this morning. There's been a bit of rain, so that actually helps our chances a bit because when it's dark, crocodiles like to hang out on the banks. Okay. Alright lads, I'll be right out. I'm just gonna get myself ready with the car and we're gonna go straight into it because it's perfect time for croc spotting.
Parking recording has started.
It's gonna get a bit dark here. Alright. We are good to go. Alright, we're gonna make our way down to the park entrance and we'll get this live properly kicked off. No idea how the battery's gonna last today, guys, but let's see. Right, so it is pretty dark this morning, I have to say, guys. This is, I don't know if this is a treat or what it is, but we're definitely going to be able to see some nocturnal animals on the morning walk this morning. So, I'll give myself a bit of an intro when we get into the park and a bit of light, and then we'll get straight into finding animals, especially the saltwater crocodile. Now, if you're new to this, this is probably my second live. This was the first one with a pretty decent camera. The first time we did this, by golly, we hey, morning Mika, I just saw your message. I'm using my other phone as well to look through the chats, but basically going through today, this is the first time that I'm using a DSLR camera to actually go live, and we're going to go in and see if we can get much better angles of these crocodiles without it being way too blurry. A lot of movement already this morning. I think we're going to be in a lot of luck. Now, the other thing that we've got to be mindful of is that this is going to depend entirely on whether we can get through this walk without burning out my battery. So I've got a spare battery in the bag, but it means I have to unplug the phone and then it just becomes a nuisance. So hopefully we'll be good to go and we'll get through the whole stream. But oh, there we go. Lovely. Something through here. It is super dark in here. I am obsessed. This is going to be a great morning. I just feel it. Okay. And we'll do a proper introduction now. Okay. Alright. G'day guys, I'm here at Saltwater Wetland Reserve. I'm here bright and early in the morning. We're right here as the park is about to open. I'm going to go and explore, show you a live stream of how I get a lot of my footage of crocodiles throughout the day. I'm here to get actually quite a bit. Yesterday was a huge day for crocodile activity. I'm like blown away at how many crocodiles were out and about, and unfortunately I wasn't here. It was a bit of a Christmas miracle. So today we're gonna go do a pretty good deep dive into the Saltwater Wetland Reserves. I'm probably not gonna go in until it's a little brighter, but I'm gonna head down here to the more covered area just to see if all the two large salties are hanging around right now this morning. The sun's just coming up, but it's been raining, so it's, I reckon, perfect time to find both the large salties but also the juveniles as well. So we're gonna go straight into it, and hopefully we're in luck and you'll be able to see it with the awesome camera I've got here. So let's get into it, hey? I'll be talking to you throughout the entire experience. The other reason I need to talk a bit is because there are tons of little critters like this rat over here that need to know or be aware of my presence as well. I do like to make sure that all of the critters around here at this time of morning are aware of my presence. Now I'm going to turn a little light just so I can see a bit. You won't see it, but I do. You see, you got a lovely rat here. Yes, hello. Aren't you cute? But let me get through, yeah? Alright. Oh my goodness, it is super flowing tide here. Guys, this is incredible. I don't think I've ever seen the tide move as heavy as this. This is really high tide. Heavy today. Right. So we've had a pretty big storm last night, and that essentially has created a large washout from inside of the wetland reserve. That's going to make today a little bit trickier. I think we're going to be in luck still, but this will be an interesting experience if we're going to really find these crocodiles. But whoa. Now, a bit of background around this spot, right? So over here, if ever you're coming down sometime as the sun just is about to come up, large saltwater crocodile will generally be right here, sitting on the bank. It's pretty high tide, so I doubt we'll ever see him. But from here on, there's a second large salty, which now lives with a female right over here on the other side of the bridge. Now my 2 cents is, sun's coming up, large salty is definitely around here somewhere. We're gonna go and just move over to that bridge over there and see if we can spot him, but I have a feeling he could be lurking around here. I do see some movement over there. If I zoom in, let's see. Scan the water for a minute. What's going on there? Oh, you guys glad I got a great camera for this one now. Now I'm just checking my messages periodically on the live chat, so just let me know if there's anything that you would like to comment on, or you think you see something that I don't. My eyesight is pretty much as good as yours in this video, and visibility is incredibly low while the sun's coming up. Now, for me, if I was a crocodile, sun's pretty down still, I would be wanting to hang out on one of these banks. This is where I really want to capture one of the salties moving through the water. There's definitely one around here. I see almost a change in the pattern over here. I don't see any on the edge, but maybe there. Hold on. This is where we might be a little lucky. Scanning that water's edge. No, I think we're out of luck in this spot here. As much as I'd like to hang around, I probably won't until it's a bit higher tide, lower tide. So we're gonna move over to the bridge here, because I think opportunistically we're gonna have much better views. So let me move over. We're gonna go back in. Visibility is getting a lot better. The birds are starting to come through. Check it out. We're definitely in the right spot. We just need a bit of luck on our side with the height of the tide right now. So let's move on and get through the ruts. The other thing I just want to check out, sometimes if we're really lucky, hey, there is something in there. Oh my god, what is that? Whoa! Damn, that's a huge monitor lizard. He just came up from the tree. Bloody hell. I hope you guys saw that too. What the? Living dinosaur right here. This is the thing about monitor lizards. You think crocs are scary. These guys have no qualms getting up and personal with you. Yeah, he's just coming over. He's going to climb over that fence any second now. I've seen him around. He is a massive monitor lizard. Like, I mean, ginormous. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's move on. Now, For those of you that are just joining me, let me know in the chat if you can hear me alright. I see we've got about 3 or 4 people watching right now on the live. We're going to head over to the other side of the bridge in Sungai Buloh. It's still pretty early in the morning, so I suspect if there's any crocodiles right now, they're going to be hanging out on the banks or even on the pathway that we're about to head onto. So when you do, if you do decide to come here a bit earlier like I am, you've got to be really careful and just keep an eye out for these areas that you're heading to, because the reality is, let me just check if we're all good. Yep, we're all good on the stream. That in the visibility times like this, you do need to be a bit alert. Now, I don't know if you're hearing these, but this is some of the migratory birds that hang around here during this time of year. They're gorgeous birds. There's so many of them around here. If you're a birder, this is exactly where you want to hang out. Wow, okay, so it's almost 7 o'clock. I'm walking into spider webs all the way along here. That's the other part that you've got to be nervous about. Okay, let's see. Now you'll notice I'm not as loud during these bits here, because I'm trying to be a bit quiet. I can hear, even with my footsteps on this path, that it's causing movement towards the water, and that's the last thing I want to do, because a crocodile is smart. If it knows I'm here, and it definitely does because these boardwalks are loud, they can hide underwater for hours at a time. But at the same time, I'm a fan of not stepping on a rat while I'm here either. Okay. Lightning alert, we're good in terms of the rain, so let's see if we're lucky. And let's see if the croc is here with my wife and husband. So I'm going to be a bit quieter along this stretch, because I think we may be in luck. Now, it's definitely easier to see a crocodile through here. And it is mating season, which means females are making nests and the males are getting busy. If you have a look over here, this is actually Malaysia right now, and a lot of the crocodiles are going to come through here and try and claim their territory. Right now, in this exact stream, there are 2 large males that own this stretch of water right now, and they, as far as I'm aware, are pretty friendly with each other. They don't compete, but a female could come in, or even just the wrong look on the wrong day, and that could change the dynamic of these 2 crocodiles very quickly. So for now, it seems that they're very social and they get along. Oh, beautiful cola birds coming through here. But what I do know is that the female crocodile that hangs around here with the large salty is definitely building a nest up here somewhere. What was that? I don't know if you guys heard that. There was definitely something over this way. Alright, and if you're still watching, we are at Sungai Buloh Wetland Reserve. This is Malaysia over here, and we're on the hunt for some of the largest saltwater crocodiles in Singapore. I'm periodically looking at the chat, so send us any questions or any messages to if you see a crocodile while I'm just not paying attention. But they're definitely around. It's just a bit of high tide right now, so for me personally, I'm going to make my way over to the footpath, because the sun is only just coming up, which means these crocodiles could be right on the banks, or if we're, depending on how you see it, lucky or unlucky, they could even be on the footpaths. There was a juvenile seen on the footpath just yesterday. It was what I would call a Christmas miracle, but for others, maybe not so. So let's go. We're the first in the park today, so I'm feeling really lucky. And it was raining all of last night, so a crocodile is wanting to come out. It is a beautiful morning, by the way. Check that out. Okay. Now the sun is up enough for me to feel confident in coming around. If you were with me at the start of the live, mate, it was a bit dark, I have to say. So now, double check that I don't see anything through here. No, I think we're good. On this side. No, but we do know the tide is going out pretty fast, so there he goes. By the time we come back around, it'll be a little lower. We might see another crocodile come and pop its head up on the bridge area here. For those of you wondering, we're so early. Oh yeah, they're definitely in the water right now, mate. Mika, thank you for that. And also, Mika, let me know, is the camera a lot better this time round? I know last time we were having some issues with quality. I think today I managed to fix that issue with the DSLR. Let me know. Okay. Now we're on the real adventure. How we got for battery? Doing well. Okay. Now, this time of day, this is where I'm gonna have to be a little extra careful. With a tide like this, I don't want to mess around with not seeing a crocodile come up, because they could be right on the edge here. So I'm actually going to walk in the center. Normally I do walk on the concrete path here, but being these crocodiles are getting a bit more bold coming up onto the path, I need to be a bit extra careful here. Ooh. This is what we do here when we're looking for these crocs. I'm scanning all along just to see at the water's edge, is there going to be one hanging out on the banks here? Now originally I was going to take you down to another park, not Sungai Buloh, that I personally know has other crocodiles hanging out there, and we might go there on the way back, but for today I felt that the options were just significantly better looking for a crocodile in the loop here. Now I'm gonna just keep my eye out. This is a popular spot right here. Let's see. Are we gonna be lucky today? No, not yet. Definitely a hot spot though. Okay, what? The rats are out and about everywhere today. Mate, what is that? There's something over there, but I don't think it's anything of note or worthiness. Let's continue on. And if you're joining this stream right now, I am the probably first and only person at Sungai Buloh Wetland Reserve in the heartland of Singapore, well, the northwest coast of Singapore. And today I'm giving you a bit of a live look at how I find crocodiles in what most people see Singapore as a concrete jungle. And my mission, or I guess the reason I do this, everyone's like, oh, you love crocodiles, and yeah, but it's a bit more than that, right? I grew up, in Australia, and I was in croc territory for a significant portion of my childhood. And what that does is it teaches you a very strong respect for crocodiles growing up, and also what child boy doesn't love ancient dinosaurs, right? So for me, finding crocodiles was something I just loved doing with my parents. Now I got older and I understood a lot of the politics and fear that surrounded these creatures, and I was doing a bit of content probably 2-3 years ago. Had some big videos on TikTok and Instagram, but I really was sort of doing it for a laugh. And so one day I just thought to myself, you know, I love doing this crocodile footage, but for me, I want to go and do some more deeper dives into crocodiles. And so I just started doing videos on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and I kind of fell in love with all the knowledge that I wanted to spread over in Southeast Asia, because in Australia it's pretty common knowledge. But what I find here is that a lot of people, even that have grown up and live in Singapore, don't know that you have a very healthy and thriving population of crocodiles, and that's something that's just incredibly fascinating to me. So I love doing what I do. I've got a pretty busy day job outside of this, so some months are really good for me to do content and others are just awful. But I love doing what I'm doing right now, and hopefully today, on this bit of a, I guess, a guided tour live on Boxing Day, we'll find a crocodile for you guys. So let's see. But yeah, I think my obsession with crocodiles really just comes from that Steve Irwin era of growing up and understanding exactly why they're important, but also, even though they're awesome, give them the respect that they deserve. We're not here to try and grab them, we're not here to try and kill them and take over what their territory is. Because the reality is these guys have been here for 10,000, 100,000 plus years. Now, this spot here is a very known hotspot for one of the fattest crocodiles I've seen in a while. I've seen some juvies here as well, but today, not as lucky. I'm gonna move swiftly on. Today will be a lucky day, trust me guys, but we just need to keep an eye on things. Now, I mean, look, invincible tape. Ah, yes. I mean, I understand the sentiment. I also know exactly who you are, Mr. Noah. And listen, I think a lot of people think that everything in Australia is out there to end you. But the reality is that I'm walking through crocodile territory right now, with cobras most likely hanging out in a lot of these trees, pit vipers somewhere down towards the banks, and spitting cobras anywhere else that I can't see them. I've got monkeys that are coming around and can be super aggressive, and otters as well that are incredibly aggressive as well, and are known to gang up on people in packs. So I mean, that's just in Southeast Asia. Australia is easy. Oh, I thought I saw something. Okay. And I think the luckiest thing about Australia is that we have a bucket load of education and awareness of how to protect ourselves. Yeah, I know, right, Mika? We got another person in the chat. This is my second YouTube live, so I don't expect we'll have as many people in here today, but Invincible Tape is a personal friend of mine, and most likely here to stir up some nonsense as well, so but he makes some great talking points, so I'm not going to stop him at all. Okay, now this is Taylor's territory. For those that don't know, when you come to this island over here, this is very much where Taylor's likes to hang out. Oh, hold on. Oh, I heard a chomp. But there could be some fish over there. No. I wonder. Now, this is interesting. No, I think we're not today. It's just having a look down here. We will find a crocodile eventually today, I promise you. We're not leaving until we see one. But, oh, what a gorgeous morning, by the way. Absolutely stunning. You got Johor right on the other side of that. Okay. Now, yeah, is that a stick crocodile? Let's have a look. This is the bane of my existence when I look at this stuff. But the zoom is great here. No, it's definitely a stick. Definitely a stick. Alright, we'll move on. Let's keep going. All these crocodile zones, and we are still out of luck. Yeah, this is, I may make it look really impactful on my YouTube and TikTok videos, but let me tell you, it takes a long time to get all the shots that I've built up. You do have to be here pretty frequently and be very lucky at the same time. It wouldn't surprise me about the cassowary. Oh, okay, hold on. We may not see a croc, but look at this fella. Hold on, let's zoom in. Hell yeah. He is beautiful. Look how massive he is. These guys are pretty awesome. And they get massive out here. Similar to a pelican, but I feel like they're much more suited for the mangroves. And weirdly enough, of all the time I've spent here, I've never seen a crocodile try and go for one of these guys. Thanks, Noah. Much appreciated. I like the jokes. These crocodiles and stick crocodiles are all part of the journey. Because when you do find one, oh boy, we're here to party. Yep, here we go. Another crocodile sign with 0 crocodiles. All these people got such amazing shots over Christmas, and here I am doing a live stream thinking this is the perfect day to find these fellas. My goodness, let me tell you, not happy Jan yet. We're gonna have to look a bit harder, I think, and someone just give me some good luck. Let's see. No, not through here. This is super interesting though. But again, so many people ask me the same question in my comments. And I went to somewhere below. And what is that? There's some water rippling, but no. Yeah, the question is, I went to somewhere below and didn't see a single crocodile. And I think the reality is that if you expect to see a crocodile on your first attempt, good luck. It's actually not easy to find them out here. It really is a matter of luck, knowing their habits, and understanding if we are, what time of day, what the tides are like, what the sort of feeding windows are, and also just where the big guys are going to hang out. Because the window that you might see a crocodile during the day is maybe 1 or 2 hours. And it's incredibly difficult. Especially because these guys just don't want to be found. Crocodiles are pretty isolated creatures and they don't necessarily fear us, but they don't want to be seen by us. They're ambush predators, so even though we're their prey, that means that they want to sneak up on us. And if they know we've seen them, the game is up for them. Now, this is a great spot for us to just have a look around. I'm gonna be a bit quiet because there's gotta be something through here. Shh. My goodness. What is going on up there? Okay. Interesting. Now, if I were to sit here all day, I could guarantee we'll see a crocodile at some point during the day. Whoa. Don't be fooled. They're just flying fish. Let's see if we can get a close-up of one of these guys. We'll zoom in, see if they want to do a jump. Oh, my goodness. These flying fish, when you hear splashes in somewhere below, they're not crocodiles, they're bloody fish. Mate, and they fly out of the water. Okay, let's keep going. Thank you guys for bearing with me. We are going to find one today, that's for sure. Hold on. There are a lot of splashes through here, and yes, it's probably fish, but when there's fish, you'd think there'd be crocs. No. Now, if I was a croc, I'd hang out here all morning as well. You know what? Uncomfortably close, no. I think I'm pretty good at some of the situational awareness around crocodiles in general, so, and if I was uncomfortably close, I suspect I wouldn't be here to tell the tale. Now, oh shit, here we go, what is that? Big ass monitor lizard. But in terms of uncomfortably close, I think it's a matter of perspective. Look at these fish. My goodness. Sorry, there's my ADHD brain just going on tangents. Yeah, look, I think personally I try not to get myself caught off guard by a croc, and I'm not putting myself in situations where I'm bloody right at the river's edge here and near a croc that could have taken me at some point. potentially Brunei was the most uncomfortable is probably the wrong word, but the most risk I've been around crocodiles, because we were doing the night spotting. But that was with a local well versed in crocodile habitats and behaviours. So for me, no, I try and steer clear of being uncomfortable around crocs, and surprises I try to avoid. Now I saw a crocodile in this stretch here at one point in my life, and now ever since then I've never seen one again. It actually frustrates the hell out of me, because they're quite active when they're in here. Anyway, we're going to move on. This next stretch is actually a little bit slow. So what I might do, I'm actually quite tempted to... No, we'll keep doing, we'll do the full circle. We're not going to go back yet. Whoa. Hello. But as we go through here, we're more likely to find some cobras and some otters potentially as well. I'm gonna walk through here. There's one last area we should just check out. The mud flats here. One thing we'll also know is that these areas are pretty interesting when it comes to breeding season, because the females like to head a bit inland to build their nests. And so around this time of year, up until about the middle of Feb, you'll start seeing crocodile nests pop up in a lot of different places. Now, I believe national parks or the NEA goes in and does a bit of nest removal or egg removal at time to time. But look, even in there, like, it's hard to tell, but those mounds, they're either termites or, oh my goodness, they're nests. Now, I need to top up with some bug spray, because oh my goodness, I'm really getting just eaten alive out here. Bear with me. Ooh, ow. Definitely walked into a bug's nest somewhere. Okay. Let's get that off straight away. These flies, let me tell you, nowhere near as bad as the Aussie flies, let me tell you that, but oh, I'm getting eaten alive, far out. The mosquitoes are everywhere. Alright, let's keep moving. Okay, time to move. Yeah, right with you. Yeah, the tide is pretty high actually. We might be in more luck now this way. If not, I'll change the stream into looking for a cobra. Yeah. What is that? No, not in there. Look at these bugs off my legs, my goodness. Alright. Okay, we're good. Whew. Haven't checked the chat in a bit, sorry guys. Had a bug emergency. Now, I'm gonna try and get through this next part as fast as possible. For me, it's about getting out to the more croc heavy areas, so we'll take the next probably 5 minutes. If you want to make yourself a coffee this morning and you don't want to miss a beat here, now would be the right time. I am pretty certain we're not going to see a crocodile in this spot here, but if we're lucky, we'll absolutely see some cobras and some otters. I just need to actually look properly for them. And the thing is, I don't normally see cobras because when you're looking for crocs, you're looking in the complete wrong areas. Now, let's keep moving. We definitely have a lot of other wildlife to talk about here. Now, something below, just a bit about this area, because this is a really amazing spot. This was a really big area during World War II, and this region around Kranji, hold on, no, I thought that might have been a nest, but yeah, this region around Kranji was one of the locations where the Japanese, I believe, managed to trick the British and the Singaporeans into thinking that they were going to invade from Sentosa. And so, if I know my history correct, and I might be completely wrong in this statement, but I believe that they tricked the British that were landed here in Singapore to thinking that Sentosa was about to be invaded. So they put all of their troops down that way. They were ready for an invasion, and then they cut right through Malaysia and invaded via Kranji. So right from there behind. And because of that, there's a war memorial down the road. There's a because this was a significant area during the Second World War. The next ad happens now. Yeah, let's just spam the chat, right? Just be like, oh, something big. So then they'll force the ad on you, right? All right. Let's have a look. Fuck off. Oh, these are mud skippers. Check it out. Hold on. Oh. Yeah. Okay, hold on, let me unblur it. These guys are cool. Hope you guys weren't on your coffee break at that point. Mudskippers are really cool here. Just hanging out on the mud and skip. I think that's the only way you can really describe it. My goodness. Okay. We're pretty close now to the next stage of this area, where I saw a pretty big crocodile on the other side. So there it goes. At least we'll be lucky on this side. And the tide, if I check, actually, can someone in the chat, if you're around still, let me know when high tide and low tide is in Singapore, just because I don't have a lot of hands and I'm looking at the chat at the moment. Coffee break when you have pause from the all day coffees? Well, no, I feel like coffee break is where you switch to a single shot instead of a double shot. It's like when I was 21, thinking to myself, oh yeah, I need to slow down drinking and only drinking beers and wines instead of spirits. But bloody hell. Now, batteries are looking good actually. This is all coming along really well. I am super happy about this. Let's see. Now, low tide Singapore. Keep an eye out for me if you see any snakes along the way. It is the 26th tides. We're going to get low by about 10:20, so tide is definitely coming out now. So by the time I'm back at that bridge, we should be in prime crocodile spotting time. So this is going to be good. Wow. This is a spot I haven't seen a crocodile, but I don't see any reason why there wouldn't be. I think it's just probably the distance between the gate and here to the water. So it might be a bit difficult for us to see anything. I would skip this area if you're looking for crocodiles. This spot is just not worth it normally. And we're going to keep moving up this way. This is the pit viper territory mostly. So I'll keep an eye out for more snakes than anything else. I'm also protecting my bald head from being bitten from everything else, left, right and centre. Let's see. Apologies guys, I'm probably doing a bit of a shaky cam. I will be investing in a gimbal soon so I can get a bit more of a stabilised shot. So when we do these lives and other videos, it's a little less shaky and walky and more focused on content for you guys. Nice. Okay, let's go back to the comments. Back. Alright, awesome. And thanks for my top 2 followers from the looks of it. Having a look and keeping with me for this walk. It is actually pretty awesome. We've got a bit of a quorum coming along here. Okay, now back to the usual content. We're back at the next croc spotting point, in theory. We're just gonna make our way over here. Now, this is, I think I said this in my last live, but the area we're headed to now is Alpha's territory. Haven't seen a crocodile through here in eons, but I have seen one right up here. So we're gonna just have a quick sticky beak out this side, but I'm actually wanting to head up further because there's a crocodile that just likes to hang up on the banks up here. And the more we hang out here, as the tide is coming out, the more lucky we might be for spotting a crocodile. Let's see. Nothing down here. Okay. Oh, beautiful birds. Look at that. Gorgeous morning. Yeah, no, definitely not through here. Let's just scan the banks real quick. Just because I'll kick myself if I don't see anything. And there was something there. You guys shout. Oh yeah? Alright. Scan. Stick crocodile. No. Okay. Now you think, oh, you know, it's probably too deep, but let me point down here. It's actually pretty shallow. So there's definitely like opportunity to see a crocodile through here. And I've seen them transit through here, but I just have never seen one hang about by this deck. And sometimes I like to think that they'd hang out here, but I just haven't seen it yet. Right, moving on. I want to go to the area where the other one hangs out with every now and then. Yeah, I feel like it's quite rare as well. But I've seen a crocodile in this specific spot like 4 times, so not a usual crocodile I suspect, but if you're really lucky, you'll see a big croc. Now let's keep moving. Now, if you think about the footage I've gotten all the last 6 months and how much we've actually seen today, this is the commitment that you kind of footage to find these crocodiles. And today, with the tide being so high, it is just difficult. But I think we'll have a lot more luck heading back. And if we haven't seen one by the time we're back, I'll take you guys to the park. Oh, hold on. Cobra? No. Alright. The last time I saw a crocodile was one over here. Another territory. Now, much as I hate to say it, when the tide gets really high, it gets damn high. You can see the rubbish is built up here. So, during high tide, it gets really close to the bank. And back in the day, these fences weren't hanging here. They only built these, whoa, hold on. What the fuck is that? Oh, sorry, swearing on YouTube Live. That hopefully won't get me a strike, but ooh, lovely monitor lizard. We'll get a bit closer. They're generally pretty harmless, as long as you don't mess around with them. He's huge though. What in the world? Hold on. You guys need to see the scale of this guy. I'm not trying to scare you, buddy. I'm just letting you know I'm here and keeping an eye out for crocodiles at the same time. Okay. Whew. Hello. See ya. Normally you're not as much of a wuss, mate. These bloody monitor lizards. Oh, he's not happy I'm here. I'm gonna give him some space. But, whoa! This guy's huge. Let's get around. Take a look at him. Gorgeous. Yeah, I'm not here to hurt you. Normally these guys don't even care. Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, that's probably because my cable was a bit tangled. Let me know if the stream is good now. Just looking at the comments. Okay. We'll keep moving on. I need to stop messing with the cable. It should be a bit better now. Just let me know. I was looking at that as well. Yeah, these monitor lizards they get really big out here. They're well fed. There's a lot of fish, there's a lot of food and tons of other things to eat, and if you're super lucky you'll actually get to see a crocodile eat one of them too, which I think is crazy. Now, oh my god, here we go, guys. Here we go. Found one, mother. Yes. We did it! We did it! Can't tell you how happy I am about this. Here we go. Looking at the chat, guys. Here we go. Now he is probably, I reckon, not fully grown male, but definitely getting there. Look at the size of him. It's quite long. Just not as girthy. Holy moly, we are so lucky. Look at this. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get a close up on her head. I'm wondering if it's a she, but it's hard to tell. Beautiful. Tail, everything. Gorgeous tail. And then coming back around. Let's see if we can get a good shot angle. That is a great find. Yeah, definitely like a young adult. Definitely could be a bit bigger. Let's just fix up the blurriness. Let me zoom out. But yeah, wow. Haven't we done well? There we go. Crocodile number 1. And this is actually a spot I've never seen a crocodile before. How awesome, guys. We did it. Crocodile number 1. Now, let's go into a bit of detail around what this crocodile actually is. Holy crocomole, yes. Now, gender is actually quite difficult to tell. The reality of crocodiles is that gender generally gets figured out when they're old enough to understand. Gender normally gets figured out when they're old enough. They're old enough to differentiate if they're going to grow bigger or not. Behaviour can sometimes be telling, obviously, with how they interact with male crocodiles during mating season. But crocodiles in general, they can be pretty difficult to figure out sometimes. The general consensus is that females will stay smaller, salties will remain bigger. But it's not exactly like people are going to be able to flip a crocodile upside down and figure out what their gender is off the cuff. I would argue this one's a male, just because the length, even though he's not that girthy, but he's definitely very long to be a female. I've seen females this big. You know what? It's actually difficult to tell. What do you guys think? This one is 50-50 for me, but beautiful either way. Now, I'm gonna say goodbye, mate, but it has been a pleasure. Thank you for being my first croc. Check out the scales. Hold on, get the right shots. Head just sticking out. Definitely not a stick crocodile. Alright, we did it, guys. Nice work. Alright, let's move on. Brilliant. And now the warning sign action. Alright. This one. Let's see. Down there, so. How cool is that? In the chat, guys, if everything is if there's anything wrong with the USB connection or anything like that, just let me know, so then I can just adjust the cables and everything else. But if all good, we'll continue on. I am ultra happy though. We found our first crocodile. Generally that means we're on a roll, and we'll probably find the next one pretty quickly. Bye bye, Croc One. Jesus fucking Christ. Damn it, streaming. Okay, sorry guys, my bad. Oh, it's an otter. Is it sleeping? Right. Now. Okay, it fixed itself. Well, guys, if you missed out on what's just happened, basically, I've walked into a otter that's either having a nap or, unfortunately, hopefully not, something else has happened. So, this is now the new introduction to Strike 2, thanks mate. Now, otters look really cute. They look ultra cute. Now, the issue is, and hopefully the stream keeps moving, but otters are pretty territorial and dangerous. Now, this guy's sleeping, so I'm just gonna like raise my voice a bit because I really don't want to get in the way of this guy, but the way he's positioned, I actually think he's passed on. This is not the best thing ever. We've got monitor lizards hanging out here. Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry. It's actually quite... Sorry, it cuts out because of the cable. But I will keep this moving and try to make sure I capture what I can. This guy is super adorable, but I don't think he's with us anymore, guys. I'm gonna just keep an eye out because I really don't want to get into a scuffle with the other otters that might think it's me. Buddy, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm just gonna make a bit of noise in case he is a bit scared and he's just having a really deep sleep. But, oh, he is? Okay, yeah, good work. Okay, sorry. See, this is why we don't assume that animals are dead. He was just having a really deep sleep. Okay, he hasn't moved. Mate, I need to get by. Yeah, thank you. You're just having a nap, are you? Okay. So... mate, I don't want to... Oh, come on. Okay. So, we're gonna move on? Yo, okay, sorry, bro. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Alright. Have a good day. Oh my goodness. Well, that was an adventure. See you, mate. I really wasn't expecting that outcome for this story. My goodness. Yeah, listen. If I tried to go around him without trying to make out a bit more noise, it could have ended in disaster. So, damn it. That is why we approach with caution. Yeah. Assassin. Looks everywhere. Interesting that a couple of facts about and like that. Yeah, listen, I don't know. Getting passed out. He's making noise. This is super otter territory, right? And these otters they can be a bit cheeky, and what they'll normally do, there'll be a crocodile that, that same one we just saw over here, they'll hang out on these banks, and the otters will basically tag team, pick on its tail, and then, you know, run away from it, which means that over time the crocodile just gets more and more agitated, but it can't grab the otters because they're too small and fast. So yeah, fun fact about otters, they actually trump crocodiles a lot of the time. Oh, what is going on over there? I think it's just a flying fish. Okay, we're gonna move back over to the main spot because I think this is the right time to see our large saltwater crocodiles. But yeah, the reason why that otter might have been alone was for a couple of reasons. Maybe he just fell asleep. He looked a bit older, so potentially he was just in deep sleep and his mates moved on. But I think the most probable reason, he was hobbling a bit. I think he's probably been used to be an alpha, or he's trying to be the alpha of the pack and was probably kicked out of his group. So you'll see sometimes that there'll be otters in Singapore that are only in groups of 1 or 2, and they need to make their own pack over time because they act like mafias. So if you're not with the pack, that's just too bad. Yeah, it's a lovely bird over there, but it's a bit hard to see him, so we'll keep moving on. Let me look at the chat. There we go. What have we got up there? It's birds. Hey, too much grog on Christmas is exactly what I would expect from an otter. It does not surprise me whatsoever. Okay, happy Boxing Day, guys. So we've seen a crocodile, an otter, and a couple of birds so far. I think we've done pretty well. This has been a very successful trip, I have to say. And it's the first time I've seen a croc in that spot. Okay, cool, tide is definitely lower over there. I think we're going to be really lucky. And guys, just give me a thumbs up, streaming output looking good, right? Okay. That's a stick. Okay. So these banks, these are exactly where the big ones hang out. Tide is lower and getting lower, so we will do a couple of rounds. I'm actually quite tempted to just do another short trip up the road and back. Let's have a look here. Ooh, now I am having a look through here. What's that over there? That's a stick. Let's see. Is a stick over there? Or is that a croc on the bank? Stick crocodile. My goodness. Sorry, I lost you there. Okay, we should be streaming again. Sorry about that. Let's see. No. This makes me very curious, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. I'm really tempted. You know what? I've got battery left, guys. We're gonna head back across the bridge. I want to have one more look where, as the tide gets a bit lower, these crocodiles come out to play. I want to. I'm really tempted to give this another look. So let's go. We'll just do another half lap, just because I think. Oh, hey, hold on. Ah, our friend. There we go. It's the otter, the man, the myth, the legend, and it has a fish. Oh my gosh. Holy moly, look at that. Right there, just munching on a fish. Before, like 5 minutes ago, this guy looked dead. I don't know what was going on there. Oh my goodness. Cheeky little guy just got a fish for the morning. Fish fillet from McDonald's. There we go. Oh, and the bird wants the fish too. Oh, hold on. Is this going to be a standoff? What? No! What are you doing, mate? Don't take on the otter. I know you're hungry for a fish, but don't do it. What? Bro, what is happening? It's like, can I have one? It's like the little brother that just... Oh, that was funny. Okay, moving on. Dude, that bird had some cojones. I don't understand. It was so funny. Right. I just feel that we've already seen that first croc. I think we're going to be more luck right now. Let's see. It won't take too long here, guys, though. How long have we been streaming is the question, because the battery has held up really well. I think this is a really good strategy to keep going. Let's see. I kind of want to see if Fatso's still up ahead. Okay, so the other day, by the way, at Christmas, there was footage of a young crocodile, you know, maybe a meter long, just hanging out on the footpath here, which is a dream for me. Absolutely has to happen one day. Now, as we keep going, we'll do a quick look after the hut. There's nothing there, I'll turn back, but I'm just ultra curious. Wow, we've done 80 minutes. Not bad. I have to say, we've done pretty well. And thank you guys for sticking it out with me. I'm sure as we continue to grow, this will get bigger and bigger, but I'm absolutely loving doing this because it kind of gives a fresh perspective and it saves me a bit of editing over time, which I will do still for more content, but as work gets busier, sometimes a little nicer just to get a camera out and do what I love doing. There we go. Hello. Aren't you cute? Oh, where are you? Little cutie squirrels. Okay. So, keep going further up. There's a little hut thing just there. This is where my mate hangs out normally. If we're lucky, this is where we'll be able to find one of the fattest crocodiles you would have seen in Singapore. And tying first place with the amount of photos and videos I've got of him. And yes, I've seen him eating or trying to eat. He is a big crocodile that likes a meal. That's all I have to say about that. Trying not to get guideline strikes. Oh yeah, hold on. I think I see a juvenile. Let's see. Well, that was a stick. Oh my goodness, okay. I suspect not today. This is one of the large saltwater crocodile's favourite spots. They're right in this pond here. Not ponds, but edge of river. He will just bask, swim around, check out my content in the last sort of 2 months. You will absolutely see this exact spot. But today, he must be out hunting. Okay. I think we're almost at the end of this, so I'm happy we've seen a crocodile. I'm going to make my way back to the bridge and we're going to go out to that lookout point one more time. See if we can find that last massive saltwater crocodile. And if we're lucky, we'll see 2 of them. And the wife. Let's keep moving. Let's have a quick look out here. Maybe we'll do some zoom ins. Oh, he's fat, like girthy, well fed is the right response. Let's zoom in. I mean, he loves all of these areas, so to be fair, I think he's probably in charge of most of the part of the river here. The reserve, I guess, is the word for it. Yeah, nah. I think there's a stick crocodile there, but I think we move on. Just not here. But yeah, he's a whopper. He literally is one of the like girthiest crocs I've seen in a while. It's quite funny actually. Thought maybe I'd see him somewhere down there, but no. Alright, moving on. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. No flood alert. That's always a good sign. But the tide is going up fast. And obviously we had a lot of storms last night, so you can probably see how heavy the overflow is. But seeing if I can see the large salty at the same time. We're gonna head over to the lookout point. We'll spend the last 10 minutes there. I'll give you a bit of a debrief and we'll close it there. So I think we've had a pretty good run so far today. Oh, who is this? Monitor lizard. Cheeky little gremlin. Okay. Let's go find out if he's gonna let us pass. Cheeky gremlin. You let me pass? Ha, hold on. Before I get there. Hell yeah. Okay, there's a big crocodile over there. We know where to go. Alright, let's go find it. False. Yes. Probably just fed well, to be fair. If I was a crocodile and is that a juvenile maybe in there? It's hard to tell. I suspect there's a good little crocodile in there, but it's very difficult to see. So we'll move on. Yeah, the false Gharial, at the zoo is definitely a bit overweight. Yeah, okay, just chill out. You're being dramatic. Let's get to this lookout point. So that large saltwater crocodile, by the way, it's his favourite spot to hang out there on the bank. Like, guaranteed, when the tide gets lower and lower, he'll be there. I don't know if it's because he just likes to munch on birds there, or if it's just his spot and he's a bit of a Sheldon. But yeah, we are the lower the tide gets, which is the direction we're headed, the better this is going to be for us for content. So I am super excited. Let's get over this bridge one more time. Holy crap. Yeah, you want to talk about close encounters? It ain't with crocs, it's with these yum. My goodness. Every time they just give me the fright of my life. Like, for no reason. Why you gotta be so big in there? Okay. Let's see. Is the wife around? No. See, have a quick look. No, I think we're not gonna find anyone there, not today at least, but we'll go over to that bridge. Just gonna see real quick if there's anything over here worth looking at. No, I want to go see the big crocodile, unless that's one there. Which, no, we're good. Okay, making our way over. It's been a great walk this morning, I have to say, guys. And I hope you've enjoyed the big walk that we've done today. I'm definitely needing to do the other side of Saltwater below. I feel like I've done this loop now twice. We definitely need to show you some of the other spots, but I just wanted to show you some of the larger salties out this way, because there are larger, probably the bigger ones are out at the circle over here, but the loop down towards Crunchy is also a pretty good location if you're lucky for some migratory large salties. And they are pretty impressive. And also a lot of the babies hang out there too. Now, let's turn right. And I'm gonna capture this big salty. See if he'll do anything for us as well. And then I'm hungry, so I'll go get some breakfast. Okay. Now, a lot less choppy out here to that now, and the visibility is significantly better than the start of the stream. So, let's see where our mate is. Right, so if I'm correct, it'll be exactly over here, based on where we saw him just now. Set up the tripod. Huh? Has he moved? Hold on. Cheeky bugger. Where'd he go? Hold on. I'm gonna zoom in. Let's just do a bit of a scan. Hold on. Let's see. Now I saw him from the bridge. Where the? Ah. You little... He's moved somewhere. Literally, where we just saw him was from here. We were looking from here, and he was right there. This is his usual spot. The little... Ah, I tell ya, these crocodiles just... They look like they're standing still. The moment you take your eyes off them, they've disappeared. Yeah. Oh, I see him, I see him, I see him, I see him. Okay, hold on. Hell yeah. Okay. Let me just get... I need to get this tripod set up. Hold on, guys. Need to get the zoom right. That is definitely him. He's fishing. Okay. Yeah, stand set up. Sorry about that. Back to the usual programming. Now, he is right there. Believe it or not. He's gone. He's turning around. I thought he might be going for that bird. But whoa, here we go. Great shot. He's definitely doing some hunting. And if he's headed over there, no, it's probably not worth... He's going to the bird. No, he's hanging out on the bank. He wants to hang out over here. One of the hardest spots actually to see him when you're doing the walk around. A great shot though. Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh! What is going on? Whoa! Hold on! Oh! Wait a minute! Holy moly! I hope you guys saw that. I'm looking in the chat. Looking in the chat, guys. Did you see that? Did you see what just went down? I don't... Please tell me that's broadcasted. I'm looking on my YouTube live now. Hold on. Oh, he moved all the way over here. Where'd he go? Oh my goodness. He went for a strike. I think... I'm looking back at the footage now. Hold on. He's making a move. He's coming down here, guys. This is good stuff. So what I think has happened is he's probably ran into another crocodile and has had a go at him. I'm really looking at the footage. I'm watching him move at the same time, but yeah, there's a second crocodile. So I look at the footage. There was a smaller crocodile that was hanging out there, and basically I think he was trying to just say, hey, look, this is my territory. There's either that or it's a female that's looking to mate. But wow, I can't believe we just got that on camera. Now we need to find the bloody... Oh, hello? Where did you come from? They're just popping out everywhere, guys. We're just gonna have to that was a 1v1, but okay, here we go. He's disappeared. See that? Look how freaking... Okay, guys, this is gonna be a good end to the stream. What is going on? Okay, the other one that we just saw have a big tiff is over here with a flying fish. He's gonna sit by the bank for a bit. We've got crocodiles everywhere here. Hold on. So we've got one here that's just disappeared, and you'll notice that he's literally just gone underwater. And they just literally disappeared. Unboxing day, guys. This is ridiculous. Okay, so let me get a zoom in here. There we go, nice. So yeah, so guys, if you are just joining, I would suggest go back like 2-3 minutes. We just saw this crocodile get into a beef, a pretty heated argument with another juvenile crocodile, and then from there we see all these other crocodiles just start popping their heads up. So this is brilliant. What a good end to the stream. Keep tuned, because I'm going to keep an eye out on these crocodiles. I'm going to just have a walk around and see if I can find some of the others while I'm here. Oh, where'd he go? He's moving on now? Okay. Where is he moving to is the question. Yeah, I'm still looking for him. So we'll need to... Oh, here we go. What's going on there? Oh, he's over at the bank again. Hold on. There we go. Much better. I'm gonna have to re-watch that footage again. Yeah, where did he disappear to? These guys are kind of crazy when it comes to their elusiveness. But I think he's hanging out at that bank again. There's definitely some movement from him. Let's see. Is he around there still? Right. I think he's definitively moved on. There's another crocodile just down here somewhere. I'm gonna have a look around. Let's see. Let's get this moving. What a fantastic shot though. Yeah, nice. He's doing hunting all the way over there. There's definitely tons of crocs over all on the other side there. Just incredible. Nice. Scan that water. He's chilling out there. There's definitely some more over that way. Okay. Lovely. Let's see if we can spot the others. Let's get that one there. Yeah, there's definitely another just sitting down there, I think. Hard to tell. Yeah. If we have a look here, we'll have a quick walk around. Let's see. Over there potentially is the other one. Or is this stick? Hard to tell actually. Even with the zoom, I think that is a croc. It's actually a hard one to tell. I'll have a look later on for that when the tide gets a little lower, but I think we are pretty much wrapped up for today. So I'm just keeping the chat open, but right, so that was an incredible shot and day. Just guys, we have done some amazing things. We've seen what we thought was a deceased otter. We've seen a crocodile get into an argument. We've seen a crocodile hang out in a spot that we didn't expect it to. Oh, there's another crocodile just here. He's resurfaced. But I think today has been incredibly successful. Oh, yep, sorry. This guy does not like me hanging around here, so he just disappears every time he thinks I can see him. But yes, I think we've had a pretty successful day. Thank you for coming along. I really appreciate those that have been interacting. Mika and Noah, seriously, like, thank you. It's been a pleasure just to walk around with you both, and I will be doing more of these, especially during busy times when I can't edit as much of the videos, just because I know that I want to get more croc content out, and we do this kind of stuff, we get just so much more. So quality can only get better. You know, the stuff that we do in the places we go can only get better. So yeah, this is awesome. Thanks for joining me along the ride, guys, and we will catch you next time. All right, enjoy. Thank you. And while I get set up and turn this off, you guys can just look at the flying fish over there that are making some crazy freaking acrobats.